DD214 Network Podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Network is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now because we have you.
Yo, what's going on? What is happening?
Good morning, everybody.
It is. We made it. We made it
by the skin of our fucking teeth, right? By the skin of our fucking teeth.
Oh man, it's the last day of the year. It is the last time it's going to be 11:18 Eastern time. In of 2023, this is it, guys.
It's what the date? The date today is 123 as we read it here in America, right? That's pretty cool.
Oh my god, it is 123. Holy shit!
Yeah. How about that?
This isn't going to happen again for another 1,000 years.
I
something
don't know.
Like that. I don't know how it works.
Something ridiculous like
maybe
that.
Maybe a century, John.
Yeah, what do we call that when we can't come up with a good answer? Army brain.
Yeah, I gave you the answer. It'll probably be about.
I call that the engineer brain.
Yeah. Says the fucking MP. You're funny. Dude.
First off, Squilini, very nice setup.
Yeah, dude, that definitely looks fucking pretty tits, dude. That's pretty fucking.
Yeah, I after I took down the Christmas tree this week and did some straightening up in the office, I decided to rearrange things, streamline everything a little bit differently. So now streaming and gaming setups back there, podcast, and then my work setups on the other side of my podcasting desk. So all three desks are in a row to where I actually have access to my fucking windows for a change instead of those being blocked. So
you can like look outside and see something in your cage from inside your cage.
While I'm like working, I can open the fucking blind. Because I get super fucking hot, even with it 30 degrees outside, and the office mainly gets fucking ridiculously hot. I can leave the windows open, while I'm working. I can pull up the blind, see everybody fucking moving around outside, have situational awareness.
Sweating.
Not, be sweating my damn nutsack off.
It's got to be hot in that room. I just got to say it has to be hot. Like that's a lot of equipment. It's a lot of equipment.
So before I rearranged and I couldn't access the windows to open them, if I was in my office doing something and the fiance decided to turn the heat up, for instance, she could turn the heat to 70. And it would get to like 80 degrees in my office.
Right.
I've had the windows open pretty much all week, just left them open since I'm on the second floor and I've got security cameras in my office. I'm not worried about somebody showing up in my office in the middle of the night. I've got this shit on lockdown. I think the hottest it's gotten in the office now is like 65 because I've been leaving the windows just open.
65 is tame too. I love 65.
65 is fucking comfortable. I can sit in shorts and a t-shirt in the office and be perfectly fine.
I mean, I'm a 72 degree kind of guy, but 62 is not bad. 62 is not bad.
Not at all. Not
See,
at
if
all.
I was living by myself, I'd keep the damn AC on year round at 65. So.
Oh, dude, my AC's still up. We sleep with that shit on sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Shit. So you put your Christmas tree down already?
Kind of made quick
I
work
had
of
to
that.
do something. Huh?
We usually wait till like New Year's. Like New Year's.
I mean,
is
I know
Yeah,
there's
same
like
here.
some kind of old wives' tale bullshit, like it's bad luck to do it before New Year's or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not necessarily
I-
superstition. It's just more tradition, probably. Like you leave it up. You
Yeah,
leave it
I
up
mean-
the last week of the year, basically after Christmas. So
I needed to, because of some
You
shit that
needed
I
that
got for
space.
Christmas, I needed to get things rearranged to optimize the space. And with the tree up, it was taking up a chunk of real estate.
I get it. I'm kind of dealing with that on my end too. Like funny enough. But yeah, we'll probably take our tree down. Like probably, I don't know. If not tomorrow, definitely by Tuesday.
So
Definitely.
real
Okay.
quick, David.
Yeah.
That's actually my PC. That's not a speaker.
I was just about to say the same thing. And it's not the first time that DD214 has mistaken a PC for something else. I mean,
The good old guitar amp.
the guitar amp that we thought was a PC. I mean that
You mean the PC that you thought was a guitar amp?
whatever.
Vice versa. All of it.
Listen, you guys know I'm in Europa right now, all right? I'm not on
That's okay.
I'm not on this planet.
Good.
Yeah,
Why would you want to maintain
be
the
on
status
this planet.
quo
No, yeah.
when you can fucking fly to the rings of Saturn? I mean, come on, dude.
That's true. No, yeah, it is a really nice. We saw Squilene actually sent us a video of his whole little setup. He's running out of room, guys. He's running out of room. He needs to break down the wall. He needs to break down the wall and just,
That's where I've already if I could convince the missus to do it, I would move the fucking bedroom into this room and put my office in the fucking master bedroom because I'm running out of space that bad.
That's what's happening here. We're transitioning over into we're going to be moving all the studio stuff into the living room pretty soon. Not the bedroom. We're going to keep the bedroom into a traditional bedroom where we sleep in. And so
Yeah.
that's what we're going to try to do.
I mean, it's one of those things like, yeah, I'm running out of space, but we're, the goal for 2024 for us is buying a house.
David, I think he's got 9.
So in total, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 monitors in my office because I've got 3 totally different desks.
Yeah.
But
Work, play, and porn. Those are his 3 different desks.
I mean, the thing is,
David, look at me.
2024 goals buying a house. And when I buy a house, we're trying to find something with a basement, with a finished basement, so I can take the entire finished basement and make that my studio. Because ideally what I would do is finish basement and then partition it into 3 separate rooms, one for podcasting, one for gaming and streaming, and one for my full-time job. That way each space is its own area instead of all 3 desks just clumped together in one area.
Right.
So are you not? So like me personally, I always when I look into buying houses or something like that, I always look at flood zones. Are you looking into those too, or looking into sun pumps so that because I'm putting my shit in an attic or a garage.
Well,
so like I want to know why the basement.
There's a few options I'm looking at. So obviously North Carolina, finding a place with a basement is very rare.
No shit,
now,
is
granted,
it really?
It's a lot more. It's a lot more.
It's a lot more rare here in the South than it is Midwest.
In the Midwest. The Midwest is where you're going to find almost every house has a basement, and that's due to Tornado Alley. Yeah. Like in the South,
the other side of that,
like you said earlier, John, like the South traditionally had bigger problems with floods. So if you dig a basement out, you're going to end up standing in 3 feet of fucking water eventually when there's a flood. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So
hey.
because we're looking at moving out of North Carolina to like Tennessee or somewhere a little bit more cost effective as far as like the cost of living is concerned also. And the other side of that is, if not a basement, having a fully finished studio above the garage.
That's possible.
The 2-car attached garage to the house or whatever, and then that space above that to turn into my studio, office, media room.
It's funny you say that, Jay, because West Virginia just got put into mine and my wife's list of possible places to move.
You'll have to talk to me offline about that, because that's where my children were born, and we have family there on their mother's side. So there are some places, but be fair warned, dude. West Virginia is not. It is not the East Coast at all.
Oh, I know.
So like, you want to talk about like cost effective stuff, like
are you familiar with like Helvetia?
No, but the state is what I would call like it really is like its own little place, dude.
David, take care.
Later, David.
Let's have a good day. It really is kind of its own place in space and time, and there's a shitload of like what you would call like small towns. You only really have a couple of what you might call cities of size. Everything outside of that is small town West Virginia, and that's where you kind of have to like start looking and start seeing, reading into the history and like what kind of like, what's it been like there the last 10 years? What do the jobs look like? What do like, X, Y, and Z, because that state, we've talked on this podcast about the opioid crisis.
Yeah.
That state got its back broken, like straight up got its back, like Bane with Batman got its back straight up broken. During the opioid crisis. It is still not recovered. So like cost of living and cost effectiveness, yes, is there, but that's because like literally almost everybody there is dirt poor, and it sucks.
Yeah,
like it really sucks. Like
it's become like,
I mean, and not just that. I mean, you want to look at other areas too. Like when you're looking at where you want to move, you want to make sure that like your extracurricular activities you're still going to be able to partake in wherever you move legally.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I don't want to get it twisted either. Like West Virginia is one of the most beautiful states I've ever seen. Tennessee is also one of the most beautiful states I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. As far as like, if you just take the entire state and travel through it, you know what I mean? Like those two states are in the top 10 for me easily. And it's one of those things where if you're willing for a change of pace, if you're willing to, kind of, move at a much slower pace in life. You know what I mean? Like some of those places are good places to go. You know what I mean? Being born in Kansas City, there's a lot of hustle and bustle here. There's a lot of action here. You know what I mean? If I moved 30 miles to my east, I would be in the middle of nowhere. Literally just like 30 miles. I'd be in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And that's how fast you can go from hustle and bustle, of city life to absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? And what are you going to do for a job? What are you going to do when you need to take the kid to urgent care? How close is the fucking urgent care? You know what I mean? Like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like
kid falls and breaks their leg. How far away is the fucking emergency room?
How far away is the closest grocery store? Is it around the corner, or do you have to fucking drive 20 minutes to get to it? You know what I mean? It's shit like that. But there's beauty everywhere. There's beauty everywhere. So just, again, don't get it twisted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we do have some comments here from the Unforgiven, and I want to get you guys on the map. I have something to say about that real quick. He says, did you get my comment on Stoned Vet? No, I'm intrigued to know about it though. And have you heard about the Michael Kaiser stolen valor shit? Is Michael Kaiser the politician? That's something that I'm trying to find out right now. But as far as the map, something happened, a big unexpected thing happened. Oh, and KC people are chill. That you can't deny that.
Goddamn right we are.
I'm just gonna put it out there. We got Ukraine. Ukraine is listening to us right now.
Right now?
Well, I don't know about right now live,
but they've been listening.
Yeah, so we have, excuse me if I butcher this, it's Ivano-Frankivska Oblast.
Okay.
So we have listeners in the Oblast area in Ukraine who are listening to us. And Jay, this is your territory, man. Let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know what you want them to hear.
Oh, I'm about to. I got it coming right here.
Oh,
he's got a whole fucking speech typed up.
He's about to pop.
That came up. There we go. I fumbled that just a little bit, but there we go. There it is. Yeah, that's how we play on this show. You know what?
There we go.
Dude, I want all my tax dollars going to fucking Ukraine right now. I ain't listening to that fucking Putin pushed fucking bullshit that like we're wasting our fucking money in Ukraine right now, because we're not. We're fucking not. Just this week, fucking Russia decided to fucking get pissy again, and they fucking fired on goddamn residential fucking targets, dude, in Ukraine. And Ukraine had an answer for them, and they sent fucking shit back into Russia. And Russia took that shit to the United Nations, and the United Nations. Russia took that shit to the United Nations. The United Nations pretty much laughed them out of the room. So, like, fuck Russia, fuck Putin. All right, Slava Ukraini, Heroyam Slava. All right, we're all here for you. Fucking, we didn't forget. Fucking, we're still here. We know this war is a grind right now. We're coming up on 2 years in February.
This whole year we talked about it.
We've been covering this shit from fucking day one. All right, we are here. We have your backs. If we could be there with you right now, we would. Fucking
every time there's been some kind of news that's come out of Ukraine that we
cover this shit.
We've covered it. We are with you, Ukraine. We
ain't scared of fucking Russia. We ain't scared of fucking Putin. All right, and we're definitely not scared of these like mindless assholes here in the United States that push Russian propaganda and tell us that our tax money isn't going to a good place, because it is. By the way, when our tax money goes to Ukraine, they've done a little bit of math, and I think the last one I read was for every tax dollar we spend, we get $6 back, because they're buying stuff that was made in America.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat this. They are buying stuff with our tax dollars that was made in America, which brings more money back to us. So all you freaking haters out there can fuck off, all right, and shut the fuck up. I'll get off my fucking high horse.
Well, no, I mean, I'm gonna touch on something here too, because we talk about corporate greed and shit, but there are companies that I do want to give props to, because when all this shit popped off, they pulled their business out of fucking Russia.
Yes,
they said fuck Russia. They said, this is bullshit. We're not going to stand behind a genocidal maniac. We're going to fucking not support a genocidal maniac in the country he reigns over. And they these corporate cockbags are just that, corporate cockbags. However, there are times that they do the right fucking thing.
Yeah. I can't deny that. I mean, that we're talking about stuff that has been going on for a long time. There's people in this world that would love to see not just the United States, like really like the West just in chaos and disorder, and they're pushing for it right now. And part of the way they're pushing for it is people like Putin and countries, like Russia, invading sovereign nations like Ukraine. China has their eye on fucking Taiwan. They have the whole time. We're talking like there's a whole bunch of people. Iran selling drones to Russia. North Korea. I mean, if these are your friends, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I'm not saying that, the United States is far from perfect. We're not perfect. Okay, but if you're making friends with fucking places like Russia and goddamn Iran and North Korea and China, I don't really know what to say. I don't know how to quantify that. And if you're in the United States and you're saying that our tax dollars that are being spent with no official American soldiers on the ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're saying our tax money isn't being spent the right way, again, I've got nothing for you. You're pushing propaganda bullshit from Russia.
Yeah.
that shit that did, and if you got a politician in your district and they're pushing that bullshit, see where their fucking money's coming from. Just throwing it fucking out there, guys.
Oh yeah.
Fucking out there.
Yeah, and I hope that they achieve all their New Year's resolutions.
So do I.
Yeah.
So do I.
Speaking of New Year's, I want to ask what you guys. What were you gonna say, Squilini?
Well, I wanted to, before we hit New Year's, I wanted to first off,
take it.
First episode after Christmas. How was everybody's Christmas? What did y'all get, if anything? You know, any nice surprises, good items you got? Did you have a good time with fucking family, friends, your kids, however it may go? Let's talk that first. Then we'll go New Year's.
I can dig it.
Well, as you guys know, I had my guest here, Dabs. He actually had Christmas with us, which was actually pretty cool. He didn't. This was the perfect example of me telling people, if you don't have anything to do for Christmas or if you have nowhere to go, come to my house.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
There's, come to my house. And this, and we did content. We ate a lot of pizza. There's many certainties when you come to the Sanchez compound. You're gonna have
fucking pizza.
You're gonna have pizza. You're gonna go to the moon about 3 or 4 times, and you're gonna go into food comas, like straight up.
Probably be the first person ever to go to the Sanchez compound and not go to the moon.
It's gonna be secondhand. Watch.
We're gonna have to test that theory one of these days, Joe. Because I'm
gonna have to hang my fucking head out the goddamn window the entire time I'm there.
You got to, dude. I know for purposes of your employment and stuff like that, I know you can't really partake, but it's like one of these days I'm gonna make you break your fucking rule, dude. like you're. I'll
just bring a good bottle of bourbon. I'll bring some good shit.
Fair for now. I still stand by what I said.
Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna peer pressure you, okay?
No,
we're not gonna peer pressure.
This is not peer pressure at all.
We're just we're talking about this on a podcast.
You only live once.
We're not peer pressuring you.
Not at all. I'm just saying you only live once. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah,
you actually live every day, Jay. You only die once.
That is correct. That's correct.
That's true. Actually, that's really good, Squilly. But yeah, it was a good time. We ate. Santa came in, got me some really dope t-shirts, got me some new stuff for some fans, some microphones and stuff like that. I'm very happy. I had a really good fucking Christmas. And then I have to say, because I've come to a point now where I have everything that I want. So my wife was like, do you want anything? Like, do you want anything specific? I'm like, just give me money so that I could buy points on Fallout. It's a simple year for me. I have everything in the fucking world that I could ask for in my financial bracket. And I took a smile. I was like, hey, just give me some Adams. Give me some Adam points. I'm happy, just keep it simple. I get to play my video games and yeah. What about you?
I mean, it was good. I did get one thing that I knew I was gonna fucking get because my fiance sucks at trying to cover shit up. So
does she listen to the podcast? Did she listen to the podcast?
Yeah.
So she knew last week. So she knew last week. I was gonna say, did she know last week?
No, she doesn't listen to it every week. Usually she'll listen to it like we'll be in the car driving somewhere and I'll pull it up and have it playing on the car to just re-listen to episodes and shit. But she doesn't like tune in live and watch it after the fact all the time. But she sucks at fucking, trying to cover shit up. She did do pretty good. I knew she was going to get it for me. So I did get the PlayStation 5 Slim.
Fuck yeah.
Really?
Fuck yeah,
so
we're all
I got
on
the
PlayStation
PS5 Slim. Now,
Okay.
I sent you to the videos that she sent me that she took when I unwrapped it. So she gave the system to her parents the Friday before Christmas. And when they wrapped it, what they did was they took the sleeve that has the graphics on it, and they took some empty Amazon boxes and a t-shirt she got me and shoved that into that, wrapped that, put that into a bigger box, wrapped that. So I opened it. I saw the sleeve. I was like, okay, there's some fucking, because it was really light. So I knew the system wasn't in it. Opened that, empty boxes. At the bottom was a fucking t-shirt that she had gotten me. And they had me open that first because there were a couple packages from her parents. So I actually got the Assassin's Creed Mirage, the new Assassin's Creed game. Haven't played it yet. And then, of course, Ragnarok.
God of War. You got to play God of War.
And the Slim she got me came with with Spider-Man 2. So I've been working on that game first. Then I'm gonna move on to the next one. I've almost 100%ed fucking Spider-Man 2 in a week.
Got some happy juice in there. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Look at this service with a smile today, gentlemen. I'm at my brother's house.
Yes, nice.
So they did that.
You guys got to see the fucking. Look at the mug.
Fucking Betty White.
Fucking Betty White giving the finger, dude. Look at that shit. There's
The
nothing.
I
best
need that coffee mug in my life.
Hey, Unforgiven, you'd be surprised how many of our friends and family don't watch our show.
Dude,
I think out of all the content I create, this is the one thing I really don't need friends and family watching.
My mom, you know this. My mom used to watch this show, Jay. Remember?
Yeah, I've had friends and family watch.
My mom don't watch no more.
I love the fact that we do a podcast, and the fact that nobody watches it is actually what makes it great, because we can do whatever the fuck we want. We don't have anybody to fucking answer to. Nobody's bitching. Mm-hmm. Nobody's crying. Fucking tears of fucking whatever. Like, because we don't really have much of an audience, and I'm like, that's cool with me too. I'm not doing this to get famous, so might as well, right?
Yeah. So I mean, true. I got the PS5. I got a couple shirts, a new pullover, sweater type of deal from her family. I got this little stackable Yeti mini tumbler that I'm actually using for bourbon.
There you go.
So what I do is I take it and I put water in it, and then I tilt it and put it in the freezer and freeze the water inside of it to chill my bourbon.
I was just informed there's whiskey in this, so I'm drinking Irish coffee along with you there,
outside
brother.
of that, I bought myself a I can turn the camera, little Pac-Man arcade machine.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
So that was actually
love that thing.
It was the Thursday before Christmas, or because I had it in the office when we did the last episode. Yeah, so I had it.
You did.
Before Christmas.
You did.
We were at the Walmart, and those are normally like $400 for the machine, and they had it marked down to $120. So I was like, damn. Yeah, I'm not passing that deal up. I'm just gonna fucking throw it in the cart and buy it. Like, that's a no-brainer type of situation.
Nothing wrong with that. If you got the scratch, dude, freaking, you might as well freaking use it. You know what I mean?
But I mean, Christmas was good for us. We it was fucking Christmas. So
Christmas is Christmas.
Didn't get home till 10 o'clock that night, and then the fiance's like, well, we've got to go back to work tomorrow. You need to wait to set up your PlayStation. I stayed up till fucking like 2 o'clock in the morning, getting it set up, getting it connected to the network, signing into my account, fucking making sure all the games were downloaded and installed. So that way the next day when I got off work, I could start playing.
I had a little experience last night similar to that. And I just want to say, I guess for my Christmas, ultimately what I got for this Christmas was a new house. So
yes, you did.
I bought a fucking house, and so me and the girls, moved in, and
look at that, our little Jay's growing up,
steadily failing upwards in life. Let me tell you. But we didn't have much in the house at the time, but on Christmas morning, the only things that were in the house was the Christmas tree decorated and a dining room photo that I got from the vet center that I do therapy at. And we had Christmas on Monday morning there. And then we went to breakfast because there's a sports bar that's close to the stadium, here. And the Chiefs played on Christmas.
Motherfuckers on the news twice.
and I made it. Did you guys get any screen caps of that shit, dude?
I have a screen cap actually.
You could if you pull it up, I could like because it's like they showed us like very briefly twice, and it's like I made it on the news in Kansas City very briefly twice for being at a sports bar watching the Chiefs on Christmas. And of course I had my daughters with me. So yeah, dad of the fucking year here. But no, we had a good time, and breakfast was good. Christmas was good. And yeah, and then last night, Joe, kind of running off of your PS5 thing, like yesterday officially was kind of like actual move out day. Yeah, there's yeah,
it's actually a really good shot.
It's not too bad. That's not too bad.
He does need a new personalized jersey. The number's all cracked on the back of that thing.
Oh, I've had that thing. So, funny story. I got that when I was in the Army. And like I've had that ever since. Like that's the only Chiefs jersey I've ever owned. Go ahead, John.
I noticed that one of the people in the video in the news article, he was wearing a jersey that had the word Swifty on it.
Oh yes, he was. I took his picture.
And underneath, he was wearing a Kelsey jersey, according to Jay.
I'll send his picture to the group chat here real quick. And then
that's
funny story about that guy underneath the jersey that said Swifty, he was wearing a Kelsey jersey. So I actually took a picture. So I just sent it. So you should be getting that momentarily.
Yep, I got it right here.
But yeah, and then after we watched the Chiefs for a little bit, we went to yeah, there he is. And underneath that, he was wearing a Travis Kelce jersey. So that was pretty cool. That's pretty neat. There's a lot. The sports bar that we go to is it's a bar and grill. So they have a menu, and their food is really good. That's pretty much what keeps me going back there. But
it's more like a tavern than it is a bar,
basically. And it's the closest sports bar to the stadiums, and it's in our neighborhood. Basically, like we live in the neighborhood, so it's kind of like it makes. I'm not gonna lie, I've taken my kids there for dinner many times because some nights we're just like when you're just like fuck it, like let's go to Score and we'll eat dinner at Score and we'll go home. You know what I mean? Like that's, anyways. But yeah, like we had a good Christmas. We went and saw some family after the Chiefs the game was still on, but we went. It's a little bit farther east, so. We went and visited some cousins. We had a really good day, had a really good night. The week was okay. And then yesterday was move out day. So last night was our official first night in our new house. And that was kind of neat. So I guess that I got, my girls had a good Christmas. So I had a good Christmas basically. And I got Santa Claus brought Jay a VA home loan for fucking Christmas.
Good old Combat Santa brought me a VA home loan.
Fucking Combat Santa fucking paying dividends fucking now, dude. Like you need to
good old First Sergeant Nick.
Dude, you got to find a place and you have like less than 3 weeks to do it. Fucking good old service to one's country fucking does it every time. Fucking you're welcome for my service, America.
Oh yeah, and it was a good Christmas, and now we're ending the year. You guys got anything exciting going on tonight? My wife, we're doing the zoo today. We're going to a place called Turtleback Zoo.
Okay.
It's a New Jersey landmark. Oh shit, what's up, Islas? What's going on, my boy?
Islas, is that Jesus?
We out here.
That
is Jesus Islas. He's made the jump from Facebook to YouTube to watch us. This is amazing. I love it. Right. Thank you for coming, man.
Good day to do it. Good day to do it.
So, but other than that, we're taking the kids. We're trying to do one more event before, we didn't end up doing the ice skating like I said last week because when we were about to leave, we found out it was too fucking far. Oh, it was like 2.5 hours away. And it started at 5 p.m. By the time we,
no.
Yeah,
That's
we love you, Islas. Yeah, it wasn't right. So then we were just like, we're gonna go do the zoo, but if the zoo don't work, we're gonna go bowling. I want to do bowling, anyways. But other than that, when the lights go out, I've been talking about this show called Kill Tony for the last couple weeks now. Yeah. I love this show so much, and I will say it is the greatest live podcast ever.
Really?
The greatest live podcast.
So they go live. They go live like we do.
They go live. They go fucking live, and it is insane. Now, I've talked about the show. It's a show where the host puts his hand in the bucket, and in that bucket is either a person that's going to be the greatest comedian ever or the worst comedian ever, and they get roasted either way. So last night started his first ever sold out arena shows, and this is a show that's been going on for 10 years now. And
really?
Yeah, so now the only way to watch it is by through pay-per-view. And pay-per-view meaning internet pay-per-view, because this is the type of show that they don't cut things out, Jay. Like if someone drops an M-bomb or the F-bomb, like it's staying in there. And someone announced yesterday that they lost their virginity. Another guy was talking about glory holes. Like it was.
That's all. But I mean, for us, that's pretty fucking tame. Though. That's tame for us.
And so it's a 2-night. It's actually a 2-night New Year's Eve special. So last night was the first night. We do talk just right on there, man. We got you. It's a little dead in there right now, but we're gonna fix it up in 2024. But yeah, Kill Tony. It was the first night. It was. I believe tonight's going to be the more hilarious night where they save all the good stuff for. But but tonight is going to be, it's leading right into New Year's. It's a New Year's celebration. And look, you guys know my stance on paying for stuff on the internet when it comes to like watching stuff. I've been open about it, but I actually paid for this. This was something I felt like was worth for 2 nights. So one night is $35, right? But if you pay for both nights, you get it for $40.
Okay.
So you get a nice little deal. Hilarious. Super, super hilarious. Guys, if you don't watch Kill Tony, watch it.
Damn it, it's
so
what did he say? What did he say?
So he said explain glory holes, Sanchez.
So you remember when you were a kid and you used to play in a box? And you used to put a hole in the box? Well, that's what that is, but for adults. And we got coffee in the house from Frenchie Sanchez. What's this? And a buttered fucking roll, guys. Let's go. This can't go through a glory hole because it goes right into the mouth, guys. But
oh my God,
which is your glory hole?
Yeah, so guys, shit, what we're playing as I mean, dude, we used to play in boxes as a kid. I never saw one in the military. But yeah,
you were just stationed at the wrong places.
I did. I saw one in fucking Afghanistan. No shit. Like Camp Stone, Herat province, fucking Afghanistan. There was the fucking hard stand they built up a hard stand bathroom basically. And in like the second to last stall, there was a fucking hole between that and the final stall. Maybe it was a joke, couldn't tell you, but it sure as shit was fucking there.
Was it?
I was on my first deployment. I'm actually wearing the sweatshirt from that deployment. That was when I was a mechanic before I went to the infantry. When I was attached to the engineers, like that shit was fucking there.
Okay,
no, it was attached to a goat.
Okay, last question about. Oh God, holy shit! Last question about this, Jay. Was there duct tape in it for protection?
No.
It was
wood. No, it was like wood. It was wood, but they had straight up cut a fucking hole out of the fucking wood, like the partition. So yeah, fucking it was. It was there.
So what are you guys doing for New Year's? Any glory holes?
No glory holes for Jay.
Yeah, no glory holes.
No glory holes for me, but yeah. I honestly don't. I've got a couple small things to shore up at the old place today. And honestly, tonight, don't really have much lined up. Oh, that's what I was going to say earlier, Joe, about the PS5 thing. Last night, I was like blown out fucking tired because yesterday was move out day. And my daughter I was like ready to go to bed like as soon as we got home from dinner. And basically my daughter was like, she's like, Dad, can you set up the PS4? And like I was like, yeah, we can do it. And I was able to set up the PlayStation 4 with a TV and play games and movies with no internet. Just want to remind everybody, like, no internet. Like, I didn't need to. I didn't have time yesterday to fuck around and set up the internet. So like we still don't have internet yet, which is fine because I got everything I need from the company, but like I just wasn't ready to set it up and I was tired. But the PlayStation 4 still worked and the discs still worked.
Well,
so
yeah,
pick it up when I put it down here. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
But see, here's the thing. Like, so I can play this game if I disconnect the PS5 from the network. It doesn't require the system to be on the network.
Correct.
This game doesn't require network access. There's extra content that if I want to use it, it requires, but the base game doesn't require network access.
I really PlayStation has been the better one about this, but that's like that's my main thing is like if you have to have internet access to play your shit, like eventually it's going to be game over, and you're going to be sitting on a fucking brick. So just throwing it out there.
Look, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but if my internet goes out, I'm fucked. I'm gonna just go outside and eat grass, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man.
No, but let me tell you, because like for Christmas, I bought my son 2 games that he really wanted, 2 games that I couldn't find for years, and I found them physically out of nowhere, which was World at War and Black Ops 3. I never played Black Ops 3. I love World at War though, but I put them in the Xbox. The damn discs don't work. I put in another game, my WWE game, works.
Interesting.
Put in Call of Duty, doesn't work.
I got a question for you guys. I kind of came across a game that I forgot that I had probably, but it's Call of Duty World War II. Is that any good? Is that one any good?
The story is
like the campaign.
Yeah, the campaign was good on that.
I might check that out.
Actually, yeah, World War II was one of the last ones before.
It's on the PS4. It's for the PS4.
Yeah.
So, and I totally like blacked out that I even had it.
So the one thing that I liked about World War II was that it had the HQ center, and in the HQ center they had like mini games. You could look at your stats. You could team up with people, and during Christmas time you could throw snowballs at each other.
That's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, I never played it, so like
World War II is a fun one. Scolini, what are you doing tonight? You getting fucked up?
Probably getting fucked up. I've got to, once we get done here, got to go run, pick up some beer. Watch little minor things.
How'd that fucking football game go last night, Scolini? Did you watch that shit? Did you fucking
see I was on the edge of my seat during that last fucking, when they went for that 2-point attempt. I was like, everything. So my buddy that lives in KC, he grew up in Detroit. He's a Lions fan.
Okay.
Well, he's both a Chiefs and a Lions fan. Obviously, if the Lions are fucking winning, he's, pulling harder for them. He starts off the evening before the game even started.
If the Lions or the Browns ever make the Super Bowl, I'm automatically rooting for those two teams because like they've just suffered so much longer than like everybody else.
Yeah. Now, so of course, before the game even comes on, he shoots me a text message. He's like, not going to talk shit, but I'm going to talk shit. You ready for this game in a few minutes? And we were going back and forth the whole game, texting each other about the plays and shit. First off, I want to mention that 92-yard fucking foot touchdown. Where it was almost a fucking safety. And Dak was able to get himself back out of the safety area.
Yep.
Back out and then fucking make it to Lamb, and he hits a fucking 92-yard touchdown. Fucking phenomenal play.
That was a good play.
Second, the end of the game, that 2-point attempt that fucking the Lions went for. And I messaged him, and after the second fucking flag got thrown, because obviously they ineligible player, after they got the attempt because of whatever the fuck. I mean, bad calls happen.
Well, no, that would I woke up this morning, early this morning.
And there's a lot of shit going around. He went up to the ref didn't hear him. So he technically reported, but
except you see the ref look at him and nod. And it's basically everything I was seeing this morning is the referees
Lions should have took
it. Up. The referees massively fucked up. And once again, the NFL is not, this doesn't just change the outcome of the game. This changed the playoff picture for the entire NFC, and off of yet another bad referee call this year.
Yep.
We have talked about bad refereeing
all
season long, literally all season long. And it's not just our teams that are involved. It's just shit. It has gotten atrocious this year. It has gotten atrocious where it's you're not just making bad refereeing calls. You're changing outcomes of entire games. And now with this game last night, the entire playoff picture for the NFC just got fucking thrown into disarray.
Mm-hmm.
And it was man, come on.
I mean, but it was a good game either way we go with it, outside of the bad call at the end there, because both teams were holding their fucking own, keeping each other held back. It was so back and fucking forth.
Sounds like a good game.
It was a good game. I edge of my seat. There wasn't that many flags thrown during the game, which was really weird.
Until the end.
And I texted my buddy, and my exact words to him, I will tell you exactly what I said to him. I feel like the refs just saved all their flags for the end right here. That 2-point attempt was when the refs decided, now's when we're going to start calling fucking penalties. Because there were several other plays throughout that game where I was like, where's the flag? And even some of them would have been against Dallas. And I'm like,
right,
that was
where's the flag? Yeah.
Just blatant fucking pass interference or shit like that. And no flags fly on either side. And then the end of the game, we're going to ineligible player it, knock them back far. I mean, here's the thing, though. After that bad call, if I was Campbell, if I was the Lions coach, I'd have just fucking gone to tie it up, done the fucking kick, took the extra point, tied it up, thrown it into overtime.
Well, and he talked about that a little bit, I believe, after the game. And he said basically he told them at the very beginning of the drive, if we score a touchdown, we are going for 2. We are going for the win. And that's exactly what they did. And the fact that it kind of got called back on them is just one of those that they did exactly what they set out to do, and it got pulled back, and now they have a loss where they should have a win in the win column. And it's getting spicy out here. It's getting spicy.
Because it throws, like you said, it's throwing the entire playoff picture off, because now the Lions and the Cowboys are tied.
They might not even make a 3 seed now.
Yeah.
That could have potentially taken Detroit from number 2 and potentially having a chance at number 1 to where they might end up as a fucking 4 seed. You know what I mean? And that changes your entire playoff, your schedule basically. Who you play and where you play on the, you might be playing on the road, with a feasibly better record. You know what I mean? And it's one of those dude, anywho.
Yeah.
Fucking Lions, man. Lions just can't catch a fucking break, dude.
So before we move on to the final segment, quick question. Who do you think is going to make it to the Super Bowl? And that goes for everyone in the chat too.
Ravens and Niners.
I think the Ravens and Niners, even after the Ravens kind of took it to the Niners last week. That was also, did you watch that game, Joe?
I did not watch the Ravens-Niners game last week.
It was a good game, but it was, the Ravens just handled it. And it was just but I don't really think there would be necessarily a repeat of that if the Niners make it to the Super Bowl, but I still have all my money on fucking Baltimore and fucking I don't see Kansas City making it very far. And we're definitely going to see Mahomes play on the road for the first time in the playoffs.
That's right. He didn't play last year on the road. That's right.
I see the Eagles falling possibly relatively early. I see the Cowboys falling, possibly like at a very inopportune fucking, game, like possibly the AFC or the NFC Championship. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I see the Cowboys falling. It's probably going to be the Niners. You know what I mean? Like
the NFC Championship, I see it coming down to the Niners and the Cowboys, and the Niners knocking us out again. I
can see that. What's the logo? East Loss. What's the logo conspiracy? What the fuck is that? You need to type that shit in, bro. I'm curious about that too. I saw that, John.
What the fuck, super logo conspiracy?
It's the original victim of a logo simplification in America. It's the color scheme of it, apparently. Oh, interesting. So apparently that each year, you see it each year. I have to pull it up. This is interesting. This is actually interesting.
Is the Super Bowl logo this year is like the Ravens and
Niners
colors. And last year it was the Eagles and Chiefs. Year before that it was Bengals and Rams.
Yeah, but see, like for the Eagles, like that blue for last year's Super Bowl, that's a teal. That's like a turquoise color because
that would have been more Dolphins.
It was in fucking Arizona, dude. But I could see that. I could see this year looking a lot more like Ravens Niners, like that. I could see that one, but that's last year with the Chiefs and the Eagles. The thing is, with that color scheme, it could also be the Vikings and the Niners, or the Vikings and the Buccaneers.
Right.
That's like it's like when you come to a conclusion before you try to find evidence to reach that conclusion, and you're just looking for evidence to like match your conclusion. That's kind of how you end up at that. I can wear tinfoil hats too. I'm just saying.
Well, speaking of tinfoil hats, are you ready to talk a little shit about the weirdest news from 2023?
I would love to. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
So there's one that really sticks in my head. This one didn't make the list, but it was the Rock and Chris Benoit kidnapping. That whole ordeal. Squilene knows what I'm talking about. There was a lawsuit with a female wrestler. She was suing the United States of America, Chris Benoit, The Rock, the Clintons.
We talked about that on the episode.
Yeah. So that's a crazy news story. But the first one that's shown up here is the sexification of the green M&M. Everyone went into a tizzy with that.
Wait, why? That was always what it was. That's been around. That shit's been around since like the fucking 80s, and then the commertions came out like in the 90s.
You don't remember this whole ordeal, Jay? You don't remember that?
When, this year?
Yeah, it was early this year.
No, I don't know. I don't. That stuff doesn't usually occupy very much space in my brain. But
and then
what were they throwing a fit about?
No, they were in a whole tizzy because they just said that the green M&M was too sexy, and they came out with a Super Bowl commercial which added to the chaos of that. So it was pretty funny. Two dudes tried to steal $300 worth of Gen Con goods and got extremely busted. If you're gonna walk into Gen Con to pilfer a pallet of MTG cards, Magic the Gathering cards, I don't know if do you remember that, Squilini?
Yeah.
Dudes came in and they took a whole pallet full of Magic the Gathering cards. We've talked about it before. Magic the Gathering cards has a cult following, and some of those cards go for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And these dudes took a whole pallet full of them. Yeah.
But they didn't get away with it, obviously. Or did they?
No, they got busted. They got caught.
So speaking of Magic the Gathering, John, because you're a Fallout fan,
I know.
You know what the next set is? And you want to know what they have a card for? They have a dog meat card in that.
Yeah.
And he's a legendary creature.
Guys, what you see my wife back there?
Yeah.
You see the last
her
two
fucking head shake through the blur was great.
The last 2 weeks, I've converted her to Fallout. Okay, she is now a wastelander. But yeah, but yeah, I am very excited about those cards to be. And there's another set too. Is it like Jurassic Park? I think it's Jurassic Park.
So I know they just did Doctor Who.
Yes. My wife has a whole cat deck. All pussy.
I can dig it.
Yeah, all cats.
Definitely, I'm definitely
I'm
on board
going
with
to
the
share
pussy.
this real
Dude.
quick because this is, this is just a little nerd stuff here. But
yeah, put
this
this up.
is
I
the
want to see
dog
this.
meat card that's
Yep.
releasing.
I got a buddy.
So
I got
dog
a buddy.
meat,
I got
ever
a buddy that
loyal.
named his fucking dog meat after that game. Like we're talking like 10, like 12, 13, 14 fucking years ago. That fucking thing is still alive too. Like I just saw it in November when I went to Tucson. Like it's pretty cool. Like
yeah. Oh man.
Dog meat.
Crucible of Worlds.
Yep, with the Gek, and that's cool because the Gek is the Garden of Eden creation kit, and that was used to bring back the world after all that stuff. The lizard mutant. That's a Death Claw. Yeah, the Alpha Death Claw. What's the next one? Obviously, Dog Meat. Yeah, it's a great set.
Yep.
The next one, this actually just happened recently. The Death of E3. We actually used to cover E3 religiously when this podcast first started. It was part of the base. You have? Which year?
2011.
And how in the fuck are we just now finding out about this?
We talked about it a couple weeks ago.
E3's been fucking dead. So
no. I'm talking about Joe having.
Oh yeah.
Like we've never heard that you've gone to E3. Like
because we haven't actually talked about E3 the entire time I've been on the fucking podcast.
It's actually because there's never really been anything to talk about. To be honest,
because we haven't had an E3 since I've joined.
That's why it's DD214 Network now and not DD214 Gaming.
Well, do you remember? Because like when the last E3 was the last official E3 was that COVID era, and then that's what started everyone doing their own thing.
That was the year I still lived in Colorado, and like that was the last. Like
we were still in the Army.
Yeah, and we were getting ready to move. Remember, like we were. That was like, and anywho, but that was like,
that was a crazy thing that happened. The official death of E3 this year. AI was a big thing that happened this year, and one of the most interesting things that happened was that someone created a Seinfeld AI show, and the AI lost control and started making transphobic comments. And that was a very touchy situation that happens. And then there was stuff with the Pope as well too, including making puffy coats with the Pope on it and all that stuff. The next one is Cinemax has announced a 10-year-long Harry Potter TV series. A lot of people went up into a tizzy about this. People were just like, why are we getting 10 years? Yeah, Squillini's looking at something for what happened.
It wasn't Cinemax. It's HBO.
HBO. Sorry about that. Sorry.
I was just making sure before I said it that I was accurate because you were like Cinemax, and I'm like, no, Warner Brothers is part of the HBO network.
I have an explanation for that because like I just see big letters Max, and when I think Max, I'm thinking because the HBO Max logo.
Cinemax,
because it looks
in the morning.
The Max logo.
I can definitely get my rocks off with just like softcore porn. It doesn't take much for me. Like that's all I need. Skinemax at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't take much for me, bro.
As Jay just admitted to being a 2-pump chump.
No, dude. Like, if there's nobody with me, dude, why am I fucking taking like 10 years? Like, I'm not sitting there trying to make fucking love to myself. I'm trying to fucking yank my crank and fucking go to sleep, dude. What the fuck, man?
So the next one, this one was actually kind of interesting, and this is Charles Martinet, the legendary voice actor of Super Mario, who all he got was a cameo in the Super Mario movie. And a lot of people were up in arms about this. I actually am with this. I mean, look, Chris Pratt, you're great, but if the guy was available, why not use fucking Super Mario?
Because fucking celebrities are greedy fucks. And
now this one,
I wouldn't blame it on Pratt though. That's all the studios called though, like who they cast.
It's all the same to me. It's all the same to me.
Yeah. So this next one is, and this was actually a big military OPSEC thing that happened. War Thunder. You guys are familiar with War Thunder, the game?
Fucking important shit gets leaked on that Discord all the damn time.
Yeah.
There was some documents leaked just a week ago.
Yeah.
On that fucking Discord.
And actually, just last week, FBI arrested 21-year-old Teixeira over leaking documents that contain information about Russia's war on Ukraine, among other classified topics. Note to all gamers: get less good at leaking. The next weird story that came out was the Grimace Shake. Yeah, people went fucking ape shit over this shake. Did Lena ever get her Grimace Shake? No. And
it was literally a purple milkshake. It wasn't anything fucking special.
Yeah. The next one, Jay, we all, I just watched Oppenheimer recently. Oppenheimer, I think, is actually one of your top movies of the year. People got super weird about Oppenheimer's sex scene. The Oppenheimer double feature reinvade the movie going. And actually, with I don't know why this is on the list, but with Barbie and Oppenheimer coming out the same weekend, it turned out to be it reinvigorated to me. It reinvigorated. Yeah,
but it was only one of the year. I mean, it was the only real good weekend of the. I mean, I think
you're right.
If I'm not mistaken, I think those two movies are the only movies I saw in a theater this year, and I did see both of them twice, but those are the only two movies I fucking watched in a theater this year.
Yeah,
so
and people got
what was wrong with the sex scene? I don't.
So people left the theater worried that it was unnecessary for Cillian Murphy and Florence Pugh.
Whatever her name is.
Yeah, whatever her name is. Yeah. Is it Pug or is it Pugh? To be naked with each other. Come on, folks. It was July and really hot outside.
Come on. That fucking dude. The world would be a much fucking nicer place the day people get the fuck over themselves and be a little bit more comfortable with yourself fucking naked. I got bad news for fucking everybody out there. We're fucking animals, dude. And we fuck like animals. And we fucking act like animals. And we eat like animals. Okay? It's a body. They're fucking tits.
You're right.
It's a cock.
And they actually had to CGI. They actually CGI'd that section in certain countries too. The next one, Post Malone buys a Magic the Gathering card for $2 million. It was a Lord of the Ring ring card.
Idiot. What a fucking idiot. Well, then again, I can't really put it past somebody that tattoos the fuck out of their face. So, I mean, whatever.
So, I mean, the thing is, yes, $2 million, that's a little ridiculous for a recently released card. The whole reasoning behind the hype of that card is because the way Magic did the Lord of the Rings set is there was one in the entire set of the One Ring.
So some rich asshole gets to get it now, and because he's got $2 million to blow,
Well, so they had it was like a super special edition version where the card was gold or some shit. That there was only one of. There were multiple One Ring cards in the set that you could pull out of packs, but there was this super rare limited edition one of one that he paid $2 million for, which is fucking ridiculous.
I gotta admit, I've heard very good things about Post Malone, as a human being, which I do believe. I wonder if the value of that card will appreciate or depreciate, and I have to assume it's going to be the latter, because he spent so fucking much on it, straight up front.
Yeah.
And it's funny because
I think
a lot of Magic cards.
It almost cheapens the card because he spent so much on it, out the gate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it it just kind of you kind of ruined the mystique of it by spending basically a fucking fortune on. By the way, for all of you that are not good at fucking math, okay, $2 million, you can spend $50,000 for 40 fucking years. 40 fucking years. $50,000 a year.
And he spent it in 5 minutes.
He spent it on a fucking card for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
That's the math. That's the math I'm doing. I'm not saying Post Malone's a bad guy. That's the math I'm doing in my head when I hear $2 million getting spent on a fucking piece of cardboard. So, anywho.
Yep. So we got a few more to go. A Texas woman said a snake fell out of the sky and onto her arm. Then a hawk swooped in and attacked it.
Oh, the hawk dropped the fucking snake and then went back for it. That's probably what happened. Yeah.
The next one we have here is actually, and this is considered weird in some perspectives. The Titan sub, the freak accident that that we had.
That wasn't a freak accident. That was using shit the way it wasn't intended to be used.
It's the end of the year, and I'm still fucking laughing my ass off about that shit, dude. Like, not
crazy.
But
another prime example of rich assholes spending too much money on something.
Yeah,
and not enough money on shit like safety and fucking engineering. You know what I mean?
And you guys have to see our episode "Live Far Wherever You Are." There was a great meme dump there.
Damn, dude.
You're welcome.
Yep. The next one was the smoke from the Canadian wildfires. I don't know if Squilini was affected by it as much. I don't remember, but dude,
we got some.
I got some.
Dude, they look like a goddamn
like
wasteland out here.
Post-apocalyptic fucking world.
Dude, it was my vibe. It was my vibe.
We got bad news for everybody. We kind of are. It's there hasn't really been an apocalypse, but we're definitely
in the wasteland.
We're definitely postmodern, and we're freaking on the downslope.
Can I say that this is the best way? Brandon Wayner has said it best that he described the game Death Stranding this way, and this is probably how our world is now. The current apocalypse.
Yeah.
Not post, not pre, the current.
Did you ever notice a lot of the movies that are like post-apocalyptic, there was always like an event? I think what we're actually experiencing is a very decades-long slow roll into it. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily going to be one event where like everything changed and blah blah blah. It's like no, it's a much slower roll, and we're kind of just like slowly going into it because nobody's doing anything about it. And well, I'll get off my soapbox.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let me go grab a beer real quick. Like take a tactical pause real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll just keep going. So the next one, this one's not that crazy. This one's America's hot bug summer. Tick mosquitoes and spotted lanternfly outbreaks. Did you have any lanternflies over by you, Squilini?
No.
Really? Yeah, we had them bad. We had them bad, real bad over here.
We're talking about insects.
Yeah.
You want to know what kind of scares me? Here in the Midwest, used to be you couldn't drive like five miles down the road certain times a year without your windshield becoming a fucking massive fucking like insect graveyard.
No shit.
There ain't fucking shit anymore, dude. Like all the trips I took when I lived in Colorado out here to Kansas City. Now that I'm living out here in Missouri, you know what I mean? Like there's no fucking bugs anymore, dude. There's ticks. There's a shitload of ticks everywhere, right? But there's no fucking like there's no bugs, and like it's a little creepy. Just throwing it out there. Like where the fuck did the bugs go? I'm just asking. Not a conspiracy theory, by the way. Look it up.
This one is actually one of Jay's favorite stories that came up, and this is one of the biggest stories of 2023. Representative Lauren Boebert's ruckus night out when she went to go see Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Tell us about what she did, John. This is a sitting congresswoman, by the way. Tell us what she did, John.
Boebert and a male companion were removed from the city-owned Bell Theater following an intermission. According to the Denver Post, fellow theatergoers said the congresswoman had been vaping, singing, and generally causing a disturbance before she was booted from the show, rubbing her hand against her partner's penile area over her pants while kids are around. Surveillance video was published to NBC Denver, and it shows her flipping off the theater employee while being escorted out of the building. And it shows her vaping in front of a pregnant woman who claimed that the lawmaker refused to stop doing so when she asked. And then the third video showed her groping another one during the show.
Do you know what this broad fucking did this week? She switched districts in Colorado because she knows she was going to lose her fucking election coming up.
Oh, shit.
So for clarification purposes, I used to live in Pueblo, Colorado when I was stationed at Fort Carson before I got out of the Army and moved here to Kansas City. Pueblo, Colorado is in her district. And
aren't you glad you're out of there?
It's not even that, dude. Like this, they basically like switched her to a different district in Colorado, which is even more of a Republican stronghold. And just because like she's got a 9-point advantage in this district, and they were scared she was going to lose this upcoming election. The district she's moving to, there's like a 27-point advantage. And if you're not familiar with like political football and stuff like that, if you have to fucking change districts with a 9-point advantage, that means you're pretty much dog shit. Okay. And she's been dog shit the whole time. And the fact that she's able to move and change districts like should be illegal in our country, because the idea for having congressional districts is that you're supposed to fucking live around the people you're representing. It is supposed to be a representative fucking government, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of these assholes just didn't take a fucking civics class in their fucking life.
Yeah.
And they're power hungry and fucking greedy. And they suck Satan's cock and apparently get their sweater puppies rubbed and rub on other people in fucking theatrical productions and do whatever the fuck they feel like around you. Just throwing it out.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
So yeah, that happened. And then the next thing was Kid Rock's beef with Bud Light when he shot the Bud Light. Jay, do you drink Bud Light?
Sure do. Don't give a fuck what I drink. If it's cold and it's cold and I'm thirsty, dude. Like,
yep.
My masculinity is not fucking ever fucking in danger because of what beer I choose to fucking drink. And anybody that I would challenge anyone to fucking like prove that it is. Because like Jesus Christ, like
and we got two more. This one is on September 12th, less than 5 minutes into the much anticipated debut of Aaron Rodgers. He had thrown the single completion for the Jets, and he was sacked and had to be helped off the field by the training staff.
I will never make light of sports injuries. However, I will say this: if you're the same age as me and you're choosing to play at a professional level in whatever your game is, like don't be surprised when something like that happens. Because like we were talking earlier about we're moving into a new house and stuff like that. I had a lot of help yesterday, and I can honestly say like not only grateful for it, but I did not do the vast majority of like heavy lifting. Yes, I've been moving and shaking all week after Christmas, doing other stuff. So I've been going to, Mach 10 the whole time, but I did not do the vast majority of the heavy lifting. When we finished yesterday and when I started like winding down, especially like going into last night, I was like, holy shit, I am fucking blown out right now. And I'm like, I'm about
a belly button.
Hey man, like I keep myself in relatively good shape. I'm not exactly in army shape, but I keep myself in relatively good shape. But I'm also turning fucking 43 fucking next month. And it's like, holy crap, dude. Like it takes a much bigger toll. It takes a lot more to stay at a certain level. I can point to several times when I was in the infantry, when I was still active duty, that I had to do things like twice as hard, twice and go twice as far to achieve about half the results with my body. And that's just where you kind of hit that wall when you start becoming middle-aged. If you want to keep yourself at a certain level, especially like athletically, good luck. That's all I can say is good luck. And I hope you have good genetics. I hope you don't need all the extra performance enhancing, whatever the fucks, whatever. But it's like, the shit takes a toll after a while. And like, yeah, the dude ran fucking 4 plays and season's over. And now the fucking New York Jets are out fucking $1 bajillion. Like
they just can't have nice things.
I got nothing. What do you say to that? What do you?
Yep.
It's like it's not exactly surprising. That's totally not what anybody wanted to see, but it's also not surprising.
Yep. And the very last story I have here, and these are particular. Those are not in any order. It's not the top 10. The Chinese spy balloon floating across the U.S.
Yeah, fuck China, dude. Right?
This shit happened. Everybody got into a tizzy, and it took 5 days for the president, our great president, to be like, "Hey, let's shoot that shit down."
I'm pretty sure NORAD knew exactly what they were doing by letting it fly, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And fuck China, fuck Xi. Okay. June 4th, 1989, in Tiananmen Square happened. June 4th, 1989. June 4th, 1989. Like, you guys don't fucking scare us either, dude. Your little fucking weather balloon, whatever the fuck that piece of shit was. Oh, by the way, John, they just released some new info on that. They were using US ISPs to fucking send shit back to China when they were flying.
Oh,
they were piggybacking off. They were piggybacking off of our internet.
Oh,
dude,
nice.
Fuck those guys, dude. Fuck them all, dude.
So,
like, fuck them.
On a positive note, before we get to the final thought, do you guys have any final things that you want to say about overall the year to end this? This is the last episode of the year, and then next Sunday we're coming into the first episode of the year. We managed to come out with an episode on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, which is fucking awesome.
We typically I think this year was the first year that we had a couple of like bumps in the road where we had to like take a week off, or because none of us had time to pre-record, so we couldn't pre-record. There were some bumps in the road, but I mean,
and we got it done.
We still got it done, and it's fine. And that's we joke about our lack of audience, but that also helps with that. But like, up until this year, this is part of what we do. The whole idea is that we're here every 7 days, 168 hours. We're live. And if you're here with us. That's it. That's all we care about. And so we had a couple of hiccups, but the fact that we've been running strong for over 3 years now is like pretty fucking tits, dude. Pretty fucking tits. You know what I mean? And I don't really know much of what to say about the year other than sometimes you got to grab your fucking dick and it's going to hurt because it already got kicked in. You're going to spit some blood.
Yep.
You're going to fucking spit, might be spitting parts of teeth out too, but that's okay. Like, the shit will get fixed. Fucking dentist will put some crowns on. Your dick will eventually fucking like fall back out so you can fucking grab it the right way. All right. And you keep moving forward. All right. I know a lot of people have had a rough 2023. That is not, it don't make it the fucking end. Like, we're going to keep fucking going. We don't fucking stop, dude.
That's right.
There is no fucking stopping. So 2024, dude, fucking bring it on, world. Is that all you fucking got? Like, I'm here. My fucking dick's still hard. Fucking, I'm ready to go. Like, bring it the fuck on. That's what I say.
Fuck
Joe,
yeah.
what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, nothing that's going to really compete with that. You pretty much hit it right on the fucking nail, dude. Like, we just got to keep pushing through, keep pushing forward. Don't let, anything get us down. We made it through fucking COVID. We've made it through all this other shit over the last couple of years. There's nothing that's going to, top any of this other shit we've had to put up with. I mean, we've luckily not been pulled into fucking World War III yet. So just keep powering through.
If you want to hear my honest opinion, I think they're scared of us, and they know it. They know how bad. Like, look at how bad Ukraine is basically like stalemated and like stopped Russia just with like a couple of extra freaking like bombs and fucking guns.
Yeah,
they stopped them dead in their tracks. Like, Russia's making no progress in Ukraine.
No,
can you imagine if fucking NATO was involved? Like, the full.
If NATO got involved, this would already be done.
It's a fucking wash, dude. It's a fucking wash, dude. We fucking literally like we do what we want, dude. We'll fucking get there. We'll fucking land, boots on the ground, dude.
I mean,
that's fucking our place now,
dude. The big thing is to kind of, what's kind of shown
smoke.
These other countries not to fuck with us is the fact that, we went into fucking Iraq and Afghanistan and we're in there for fucking 20 years with the modern military.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you don't want this smoke.
Look
dude.
at what we fucking did then. You don't. Yeah, we are experts at training and improving and being ready for any fucking environment you can drop us into. And it's not smoke you want.
No, it isn't. It really, really is. Do you know how bad the United States...
The official motto of the U.S. should be fuck around and find out.
Do you know how bad the United States Navy has been wanting to just fucking let fly with like... We didn't see the Navy very much in Afghanistan and Iraq, right? Because, first off, Afghanistan's landlocked, right? And Iraq, although it is on the Persian Gulf, you know, we're just talking about sending missiles out and shit. You really want to fuck around and find out, dude? Like, throw some fucking boats in the water and see how fucking long they last against our fucking Navy. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck around and find out, dude. Like, motherfuckers have no idea about like fucking like, you know, like global fucking like military strategy. Like, everyone gets scared about Russia, scared about China, scared about this, that, and the other. It's because you're fucking scared. It's because you're fucking scared. I mean, what happened to fucking like the whole generation that like wore fucking no fear fucking sweatshirts, dude? Where in the fuck did your fucking dicks go?
No fear sweatshirts.
Stop being fucking
you know, my generation, we grew up wearing fucking tap out gear.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, when did everybody's fucking vaginas start fucking leaking, dude? Is what I want to know. When the fuck was Russia or China even a threat? Because they're still not. The only thing they got is nuclear weapons. And if that's all you got, you're still fucked. You're still fucked. Like, just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. And you know, I just want to say, the only thing I want to say about this ending this year and going into the new year, just get it done. Just get it done. If you got an excuse, make sure someone's dying. You know, COVID's not I can't say that word anymore. Coco's not can't say that on fucking YouTube. Damn it. You know, the cocoa is not an excuse anymore. And you know, just get it done, man. You know, if you need to take a rest, take a rest. Take a day or two, take whatever you need.
Yep.
Get it done.
Take some inventory, hit the reset button, and fucking go again.
Yeah, I saw a lot of my homies get real comfortable this year. I saw a lot of them build a really nice foundation for themselves.
There you go.
And I want to see every single one of you succeed. You know, I want to see all these foundations fluster into fucking skyscrapers, because this is, I mean, we're getting old. I'm 5 years away from 40. Jay, you're
already there. I'm already there. I'm about a year. I'm about a year away from mid-40s. So
you know,
I'll turn 43 in January. So next January I'll be fucking 44. That's
mid-40s.
I'm right at fucking 5 years away from it too. So
yeah. So I mean, we're at a certain point of our age where we're only pushing forward for the things that we have passion for, man. You know, the things that we like, you know, the things that we want.
Like humanity and taking care of your fellow man.
Yeah.
Like taking care of your tribe.
And with that, I mean, the today's final thought is about taking care of yourselves, taking care of each other, get into the top of that mountain. But remember, as we all know, that throne gets lonely up there at the top. And sometimes you need your friends up there. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my homies like Jay, like Joe, like Gio, like fucking Strobridge and Wayner and Figueroa and Malenko and Jert, like all these people. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot be up here and run the castle without my homies. And being alone is not the answer, guys. All right, you can make it, but a support system feels fucking good. It feels good. Okay, I've had a great support system this year, and I really want to see more people grow their support systems. This year we lost a lot of good ones. Hell, I just lost someone just a couple days ago. It's fucking crazy. And it doesn't stop. It does not stop. Guys, you are not alone in this fight. We are here with you. The National Suicide Hotline. You could just hit 988. No star, no commas, nothing of that, which is 988. Kind of like how you're dialing 911, you're dialing 988. Or you could dial 1-800-273-8255, 1-800-273-TALK. 2024 is the uprising. You know, there's going to be an uprising, and there's going to be a lot of good shit. There's going to be a lot of good content. There's going to be a lot of good people. There's going to be a lot of, I think people are starting to fucking get it. And maybe I'm being a little too hopeful.
I don't think so. I think a lot of times it is so easy to fall into like the negative trap. And when you fall in the negative trap, you have the worst expectations. You know, you think the worst is just always coming around the corner again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is when stuff starts getting really bad, people do tend to start banding together. It is natural. It's in our fucking DNA.
And it's happening.
We band together. We fucking, we take care of each other. All right. The only time you look and ask what your neighbor has is to make sure they have enough. Right. And vice versa. If you don't have enough, your neighbor helps out. Right. That's fucking
absolutely.
That's how humanity has existed for thousands and thousands of years. It's only been recently that we got so full of ourselves and so far up our own asses, we kind of got away from that a little bit.
Absolutely.
Family is family. Tribe is tribe, dude. Like we're together. You know, we do this together.
And that's right. And speaking of that, guys, with tonight being New Year's, your family needs you. Do not drink and drive. Do not drink and fucking drive today. This is super important. It is New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day. No matter if you're in New York, Texas, or in the fucking boondocks of goddamn Arizona, do not drink and fucking drive today. Uber is a thing. It exists. This is Uber and what's it? Lyft. The reason why they existed is because of reasons like this. Okay, 24-hour services. People are work. This is not an affiliation. Do not drink and fucking drive, guys. Do not drink and fucking drive. This is, you know, this is the day. Who's gonna make the cheesy who's gonna make the cheesy New Year's joke before we end it?
Cheesy New Year's joke. Oh boy, that's putting me on the spot. Give me a second. I got nothing. You got one, John?
I don't want nothing. Oh,
I mean, shit. I mean, give me like 2 days warning, and I'll find something for you. Like,
and listen, I'm gonna go ahead and fucking say it though. Don't be making fucking the damn stereotypical fucking New Year's resolutions. We know they never fucking end out the way everybody fucking wants them to. We know you're going to tell yourself at, you know, fucking midnight tonight, you're going to lose weight. You're going to start going to the gym properly, shit like that.
Well,
You'll do it for fucking 2 months. Well, I mean, you need to fucking go to the gym. That's beside the point, Jay. What I'm saying is, you know, everybody fucking makes those resolutions year in and year out, and they never fucking stick to them. Let's make some fucking attainable goals. I don't care whether it's fucking pick up a new hobby that is actually obtainable. Quitting smoking. I'm working on quitting using fucking chewing tobacco. You know, do something that's going to better yourself or something that you're going to enjoy as a resolution. Like, I don't care. It needs to stop being the typical, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to, you know, do this. I'm going to do that. We need to focus on the obtainable shit, the shit that actually is something that you're going to follow through with.
It's a matter of discipline. And what it comes down to is like small steps lead to bigger steps, lead to giant strides.
That's right.
Like slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And here we go to end the show. Why did the calendar break up with the clock before the new year?
Why?
Because it needed more dates and the clock just couldn't handle the timing. Ladies and gentlemen, see you next year in 168.
Love you guys.
We love you guys.